Hey guys, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different from today and talk about who my picks would be for the 14th Doctor. Now, I don't think any of these would come true because I've been a fan since 2013 and I didn't know who Peter Capaldi or Jodie Whittaker were until they were announced. So, I'm guessing it'll just stay that way. But, if I could pick any actor to play the Doctor, this is what my list would be. And my only rule is they have to be British, meaning English, Scottish, Welsh, or Northern Irish. Islanders, whatever you call it. So let's get started. These are in no particular order, except I'll save my number one pick until the end. So it's just like number one pick, and then everybody else is kind of just there. So Hugh Loy, if you're a fan of the TV show House, I think he'd be a great doctor. He's actually British in real life. I don't know how many of you know that. Um, and I feel like he has the type of energy to be the doctor. He could be similar to a Peter Capaldi-ish doctor, kind of really sarcastic and grouchy, but also be a hero. I feel like he could play it off really well. My next pick is Paul Bettany, who played Vision in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I never really thought much of Vision until I saw WandaVision, and I figured out he could do like this really comedic. He has really good comedic timing, but also he could handle some dramatic stuff, which is what the Doctor would do. I feel like if Paul Bettany would be the Doctor, he'd be kind of more on the goofy side, like maybe Matt Smith or Patrick Troughton. Okay, anybody from Line of Duty? If any of you know, it's a British police drama on BBC, and I think pretty much anybody from that cast could do it. Particularly Vicky McClure, she is really talented. Adrian Dunbar has that really like quirkiness that I feel like would make him a good kind of older doctor. Martin Compston has really good like dramatic acting chops, and I don't know. You in Line of Duty, you really see him break down, which I think is interesting. And Sandy Newton, she is in Line of Duty. You might also know her as May from Westworld. She has a certain charisma I think would work well for a doctor. And personally, I think the next doctor should be a female to prove that yes, a female doctor can work. You just need good writing. Moving on to people who I think are a little bit less likely to say yes because they're more famous. Andrew Garfield. He, I don't know, I think he's a great actor. He was really good in No Way Home as Peter Parker. And I would say Tom Holland, but I prefer my doctors to be a little bit older, in their 30s or 40s or 50s. And Andrew Garfield kind of just passed the age, he just kind of got to the age where I think he'd be a really good doctor. And yeah, it might drive up viewership, but he's really famous, and I don't know if he'd want to commit to like a 3-year contract. Ewan McGregor, this one's very unlikely, but he's a really good commanding leading role as son in Obi-Wan. If you just kind of revoke that into a doctor personality, I feel like he could play it really well. The resurrected course of Jon Pertwee, I think this would be really good, but we can't bring dead people back to life, and he's already played the Doctor, so maybe we'll have to count that one out. And Idris Elba, I know him from the so-called Luther. He's also in a bunch of dumb movies like Cats and Hobbs and Shaw, but then he's also in good stuff like Infinity War or Ragnarok or The Office. So I think Idris Elba would be a really good Doctor. Um, he's a bit too cool though. I don't think he could be quirky enough, but then again, he did play Cat. And he's really famous and he's really in high demand, so I don't know if you'd really want to commit to a 3-year contract, like I said. And now for my number one pick, Kate Winslet. I'm a huge fan of Kate Winslet. She was great in Titanic, Eternal Sunshine, and most recently Mayor of Easttown. And she has actually worked with Russell before. She was in his TV series Dark Seasons, which I've never seen, but apparently it was his whole first major acting role, so he kind of discovered her in a way. Um, and she's not as active as she used to be, so I feel like she could fit it in her schedule. And, you know, I wouldn't say this before Mary Easttown came out, but here she is in a TV show. Why not be in another TV show if she's clearly open to that? I mean, she doesn't have to stay for 3 years like the other ones. She could stay for like 1 or 2 years, you know? Kind of be like a bridge doctor. I feel like she has the range because everything I've seen her in, she's completely different. She's able to like morph herself into these different roles. Not physically, she still looks the same, but it's like her mannerisms, her voice, the way she like, you know, the way she like walks and stuff. It's almost unrecognizable in each of her roles, which really shows a great actor. You know, you don't need prosthetics to look different. You just need a really good like dynamic personality, and I think that shows she could pretty much play anything. So yeah, that's my number one pick, Kate Winslet. Um, if you're watching this, Russell, pick Kate Winslet, or if she says no, any of the other people I mentioned in that list. Who would you like to play the 14th Doctor? Is it? I see a lot of names floating online, and a lot of people saying it's going to be somebody Russell T Davies already worked with on one of his other shows, because that's the same thing he did with Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant. He did shows with them before he did Doctor Who, so it's most likely that. But you know, it could be not that. How do I know? I'm not the BBC. So yeah, let me know down in the comments who you think or who you want to be the next Doctor. This is kind of my wish list. And subscribe for more content. A lot of Doctor Who content in the next couple of weeks. I'm reviewing series 2. So yeah, peace.